Hello, it is 7-Eleven for all of you who celebrate 7-Eleven Day. It is July the 11th, 2025. Last I looked, it was like 92 degrees. It feels about right. Not very humid. I'll check all those things in a minute here. But I'm going to go for a little walk. It is Freya Day. I went and looked that up. It's a Norse goddess. Pretty interesting stuff. I still don't quite understand some of the ways that these words transitioned over to what they are. Like Thursday's pretty obvious, Thor. Wednesday is a Woden's Day? Wednesday? I guess. So anyway, interesting stuff there. Tomorrow is the one with the Roman name still. Saturday, being named after Saturn. We are underneath of the I-64 highway. This is just a little ways on up here. There's the McAlpin locks and dams, and we're just going to go up here a little ways. Actually, that third column there's a road that crosses underneath of it, and we're going to go up there and then come back through the woods and walk along the Ohio, and then come back around to where my car is so that she doesn't get too hot. It's pretty interesting under here. Sometimes there's encampments of unhoused people, as they're being called now, up under here. For a little while there was a fairly large group of RVs and camper trailers that were further on down here to the right. There's a former junkyard right there, and it has, typical junkyard fence along the sides, metal roofing made into a fence. Come on, hey, we're gonna go this way. Dakota, hey, this way. Just had a deer fly land on my finger, and hopefully it's flown off for good. This is what is up here? I think there's either a cell tower or a billboard up here. Sometimes there's fairly large homeless encampment up here. I don't think there is right now, but I'm not sure. Okay, that's the locks. Hey, this way, Dakota. She really wants to go that way. We're not going to. Anyway, yeah, that's the locks. And we're going to head into the woods here. Guess that billboard's over here on the other side of this. Must have walked by that path. See some memories of a homeless thing up here. All right, I'm going to turn this off and dive into the woods. Here's one. This is there's a path right here. Goes down into the. What the hell is that down there? I've never noticed that. Actually, this is not the path that I thought it was. I'm gonna have to come back around. Yeah, this is one of those homeless encampments. What is that down through there? It's a huge grate. Interesting. Okay, come on, Dakota, let's go this way. There's a car out here a second ago. Let's just ignore them. Those are neat. wonder what they are. I think it might be chanterelle season, so I'm probably gonna go hunt for those tomorrow. It's another little encampment area. I don't know if they've cleared out of their own volition or if they were run out. Still trying to find this. There is a path that cuts down through this little what would be the word for it? Hollow ditch. It's a little deep to be just called a ditch. Just sometimes stream down there at the bottom of it. A lot of remains of old houses and whatnot, probably from back before the 37 flood. Then abandoned and torn down or whatever. I am not having luck finding this trail that goes down through here. Turn this off so I can make it a little bit easier on myself. It's a really pretty day, even if it is a little bit on the hot side. It's not too bad though. Okay, I found it. So, go into this, I'm going to call it a little valley. Or a big gully, one of the two. There is, I can't tell if that's a little motorboat or if that's a barge with something running on it. But we see people come back in here on dirt bikes and do this. If I were in much better shape, I would be tempted to come down here and do my mountain bike, but I would just end up pushing it a lot. Whoa! It's fairly steep. Actually, coming this way would probably be fun on a mountain bike. Just don't have a whole lot of up to do. Dakota's run off over into the woods over there. There she is. It's kind of pretty back in here, though. A little weird no man's land. I wonder what. Yeah, it's just right there next to the bank. Pusher thing. Don't know what all that noise is about. Oops. Turn this around. Yeah, this is. There we go. This is kind of incongruous, but par for the course back in here. And some Japanese honeysuckle taking over the world. And then we're going to come back out underneath of the iron bridge. Oh crap, there's a big tree in the way. I'm going to turn this off so I can climb over this stuff. And then we'll walk to the other side of the park and walk along the river for a minute. And then we'll go back to the car and head home. Yeah, lots of tadpoles in here. Little damselflies. I think that's what those are. I can't remember. One of them, the wings will fold up, and the other one, they stay flat. And these are little guys that they stay flat when they land. There's more in this one. This one's kind of in the bright sun. Yeah, I see some over there. Okay, we're coming out of the woods. When I first got Dakota, we went for a walk back in there, and she got after a deer or something and ran all the way back to here, which is a pretty good run. And when I finally found her, she was up here at the laying in the shade, just panting like she was just about to die, which she was not in good physical condition when I adopted her. I don't think she'd ever done anything. She'd never been taught any tricks, or I don't even think anybody ever petted her, to tell you the truth. She didn't know how to act. She figured it out pretty quickly, though. She just kind of dove into the woods over here. There's the Ohio in front of us. Got a better look at that barge. It was a big coal barge. A whole bunch of barges with a tug behind it, just sitting there. I guess they were waiting for somebody to come through the locks, or don't know how that works, but they were right up against the shore. I guess there must be some mooring posts or something along through there. She's enjoying this. This is the Portland Warf Park. I think that this over here, this round stone, is an old millstone that's left from the pre-locks days. And this was a bustling city. I don't know what all these holes are for. If that's some way to, I don't know. I would imagine it had a big stone that went down on top of it and went around and around and around. I do not know what all those little divots are for. All right, so we're gonna head across this. Ooh, it's nice and hot out here in the sun now. You're such a goof. Come on, dummy. All right, I'll bring you back once we're back in the woods. Oh, excellent. The water's down far enough to actually kick off my shoes and go walk, get some sand in between my toes. There's that iron bridge that we were just under a minute ago. They just park trains on it pretty regularly. I wonder if those are antennas, those things down there. I bet they are. I really wish they would open up those. Oh, here comes one across the bridge now. There's 2 car lanes on either side of this. They are open, you know, they're a grid, so they would suck to try to walk a dog across. Probably would not be very pleasant on a bicycle either, though I did see somebody cruising across it on a bike, you know, probably 2 months ago. And it'd be really cool if those were open, because it'd be a way to walk over to New Albany instead of having to drive. I think I'm boring Dakota. All right, let me get my shoes off. We'll go. This is I don't know if you've seen my flood videos. The water was up over that, which is I'm going to say that's at least 15 feet above where I am now. Look at those concrete slabs sticking out. The remains of a once thriving port. This is kind of funny. Don't know what that is, but it is buried. Okay, I'll bring you back once I'm down next to the water. Okay, that's New Albany. That's the Sherman Mitten Bridge down there. And that train is still slowly going across. There's that barge earlier. Can't tell if they've started pushing it into the locks or not. But finally got to a place where the sand's not so soft that it sink in. So come down here. Get Dakota to come down here and wait. Dakota! Hey, Dakota! Come here. Nope. I've got stiff over here, okay? It'll be fine. Well, there's obvious signs of either a mountain bike or probably a dirt bike has run along through here. And somebody else has been walking. People come down here and light fires and hang out, I guess. I could think of worse places to light a fire and hang out. It's a whole crock pot. But, well, there's another barge waiting down there. Yeah, that one behind me is full of coal. I guess it's coming from Mr. Peabody's coal fields down by the Green River. I always thought that building over there would make a kind of a cool, complex kind of thing. It's not as big as it looks, but I think it's part of some kind of industrial. It's in the middle of. It doesn't look like it's being used, but it's in the middle of a field. Right, I'm gonna keep walking without this on. Yep, I convinced her to get in the water. Let's rinse off some of that mud. Oh, there's a dude down here. Looks like he's probably fishing or something. Snowy egret. All right, we're about ready to head back. So we're going to go up through there. And then I'm going to figure out how to get the sand off my feet and put my shoes back on. Back up in the woods. I think that's a cottonwood. Big thing. The giant grapevine growing on it. And we're going to head over this way. We'll end up over by the I-64. Let's see, last time we went through the middle of all this. I think that this time we'll either probably go this front path out of here. There's like 3 slices that go into this little chunk of woods over here. There's one in the middle and one on kind of either end. Before you get down to the beachy area. And I still have not put my shoes on because this is actually kind of nice back in here. Some deer tracks. Probably should have sprayed for some ticks before I came back in here. I'll take a shadow. I'll take a shower after I get home. And Dakota's decided to go on without me. This is still the extent of the cicadas for this area this year. Really are not very loud, even now that the normal brood is out. I still think it's really bizarre that there was just tons and tons of that. Was it brood 17, brood 13? I can't remember which one it was. I think 17 year one. XV11. Yeah, we're gonna go on one of these. Which one, Dakota? No, not, that's in the woods. Let's go this one, in the middle. It looks less traveled. Actually, they all look pretty well traveled, really. Yeah, somebody's come back here and made themselves a little fun course. I've noticed quite a few of these where they've come in and dug them out to have some hoopty-doos to play on. It looks like a four-wheeler has been through here. Maybe a Suzuki Samurai, but I haven't seen one of those in ages. Something narrow and with 4 tires. And there's been a dirt bike through here too. Yeah, they whoop, 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 all the way back through here. And there's Dakota. I'm not sure how she knows where I am most of the time, but she seems to always find me. It's also funny how as soon as we get out of the woods, she's right next to me. But as soon as we get out here where she can run, she knows it and goes. There's a tree blocking my way. You can hear the traffic, but still got lots of bird song back in here. The whine of the cicadas. A little bit of a hidden treasure back in this area between the interstate and the river. I don't know which way this goes. Looks like there's a walnut up above me. I guess we'll go this way. Oh, by the way, I looked it up. 91 degrees is what the National Weather Service says. So that's probably about right. 45% humidity, 33 degrees Celsius. Just a few clouds, mostly just blue sky. It's a warm but very nice day. Okay, I'm going to turn this off and might do one more before we get back to the car. Man, it smells like summer back in here. I've been just wandering around on these trails for a minute, and they've done some curving and swerving, and I'm not sure exactly where I am in the woods. I can tell that the interstate's over on my right, which is why I'm gone this way, because I was pointed straight at it for a second there. But see, now I'm wishing I put my shoes on because it's a little gravelly, but I'll survive it. Back to the dirt. Yes. Okay. So, I think I see I see the lawn up ahead up there. So we're just about out of here. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this up for this Friday. I'm glad that you came along with me. I hope that the weather's as nice or nicer where you are, and that you have a great weekend and a great, let's see, I guess Saturday, Sunday. I don't think there's any kind of special thing going on except for today's celebration of convenience stores. With that, I'm going to walk on out of here, and I will see you next time.